Hey, shalom, shalom. I'm gonna start off by saying, call halayim la Yahweh Shem Yahshai by Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle, those great millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all. Keep pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Um, this video, I'm just gonna basically just leave it as is. Reading in Proverbs. Got some very. This is probably my favorite book. You know, reading in the book of Proverbs. I love this book. You know. It's just to the point, you know. It doesn't like the Bible doesn't sugarcoat anything, but it's just straight home runs in Proverbs. You know what I'm saying? I just love the book. You know. I'm gonna just start at one that says, "My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee." Okay. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. So what's being said here is everything, the whole context and content of this book, live by it. You know, make it a part of your life daily, no matter what. You know, tough times, no matter what. Good times, no matter what, but constantly walk in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, make it the apple of thine eye. That means there's nothing before this, you know, and that's why we walk in the spirit, because if we walk in the flesh, everything will be put before these scriptures and this truth. You know, sometimes we just have to check ourselves. You know, just remember reading in the book of Job, you know, how he kept himself in check in the spirit. You know, it was hard, but the thing was, he kept himself in check. He never fell out of line. You know, he did what he was supposed to do in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and that's what we need to do. Okay, so this has to be first. It says, say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. Okay, so we have to put these things in the highest place. Okay, it has to be put in the very highest place of who we are. All right, and this is totally going to being in the spirit. You cannot walk in the flesh. All right, because you will fall away walking in the flesh. So you have to keep in mind the spirit is the way to go. Don't get caught up in everything you see in everyday life, you know, because that's what the world does. And keep in mind, we're not a part of this world. You know, they're going to get their reward. All right. It says that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. And that's Babylon. That's people around you that's walking in the world. Okay, don't let them persuade you to going and doing the things that you know you shouldn't be doing. This system will knock your ass down if you're not in the spirit. Okay, it will knock you clean up out of everything you believe in if you're not in the spirit. Okay, so for at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding. Okay? Passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. Keep in mind, this is a parable. It's in a parabolic form. It's just showing you that when you get sidetracked, the road you take and the way you go can lead you astray. But he had no understanding. Okay? So with all thy wisdom, get understanding. Okay? It says, let's see. Passing through the street near her corner, he went the way to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtile of heart. So now, the attire of a harlot. Let's use this in physical and spiritual form. Okay, in the physical, the attire of a harlot, she looks enticing. And all you could think about is getting her out of those clothes, and doing what you want to do to please the flesh. This is how you have to walk in this truth. You have to see those things and avoid them because they're not good for you. Okay? It says, and notice how like everything that's explaining it, it's at night, in the dark. So guess what? No one's going to see you do it, and you kind of feel like you're in the free. All right? It says, she is loud and stubborn. Her feet abideth not in her house. So, do as thou wilt. Anything you want to do, you can do it. You don't have to listen to no one. You don't have to fall under no place of being in line. Okay? Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So around you, the vibration that's put off, the way you think, everything you see is about, I can do what I want to do. And this whore is Babylon, this place that we live in. Okay? That's why a lot of times people fall off. People lighten their restrictions on what they believe in the truth, because that world looks so enticing to them. Okay? So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, now, what happens here? You can't allow yourself to slightly even fall, because slightly falling, just a little bit, now you're brought into this place of, oh man, that felt good, and you fall. Okay? And then you may try to catch yourself coming back, but the thing is, the fall has happened. It's like you're going to be basically swayed now. That's why it's good to walk in the spirit, so you won't allow yourself to be in that place. Okay? She said, I have peace offerings with thee. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently, to seek thy face, and I have found thee. So all of these things, they sound so good. The things of this world, it just sounds and feels so good. Okay? Though, the way of this world, and keep in mind, it's not just the ways of this world, it's people. It's the spirits of this world that's going to do these things to you. It's a feeling over a Babylon that gets to people, and they are going to try to get to you. That's Satan's job. That's the way this whole system is set up. Okay? You have to be very circumspect. You have to be very careful the way you walk and who you put yourself around, because you'll catch yourself in a, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be writing a check that your ass can't cash. All right? Now it says, I have decked my bed with coverings and tapestry, with carved works and fine linen of Egypt. Look at Egypt. Look at that word. Okay? That right there is bondage. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. So it's just everything about this. If you don't pay attention and walk in the spirit, it feels so refreshing. That deceit feels so right. It says, come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. Now, you got the love factor in it. It's love in the air now, right? That's the feel. That's the thing that's being put off. But the whole time, it's only death coming. For the good man is not at home. He is gone a long journey. Now, let's look in it spiritually. If you're not walking in the spirit, and Yahweh Shai left, and he's coming back to get us. But now, it just seems as if you're not in the spirit, you can actually do these things and try to make it right before the good man comes back home. You know what I'm saying? But you basically laid in bed with a harlot, which is Babylon, which is full of foul things, adultery, all these things. You've laid in bed with that. Okay? It says, he had taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. So he's coming back is the point. But while he's gone, you don't want to be caught up in falling in love with Babylon or America, because it's just going to get you death. Death is what comes from this, and not just regular death. Because if you knew this and you fall into this trap, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. It's a special spot that Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua has set up for some of you people to die. It's going to be a special death, a unique death. It's going to be suffering because you knew. And you didn't repent and make things right the way they were supposed to be made right. People fall, yep, every day. But you have to understand that's what grace and repentance is for. Okay? It says, with her much fair speech is caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. So now, once you allow that sweet voice or those people to come talk to you and get in your ear and tell you all these things, how good it looks on the other side, you fell for it. But you always have that little voice that tells you that's not what you're supposed to be doing. That's not how that goes. And then that little voice, it just gets further and further away until where you fall away. Okay, now imagine when that voice is put back in your head, when all these prophecies come to pass to where the whole world sees it. Now what are you going to be trying to do? And that would be that good man coming back home. When that good man comes back home to collect what's his, what are you going to do then? What happens then when it's time to pay the piper? That little voice is going to resurface. Like, I told you, that wasn't the way to go. Now you're going to be calling on the Lord, and guess what happens? He's not going to hear you. Because selfishness and pride set in, and listening to other people. So we need to keep our mind frame set on Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, point blank, period. Don't matter if everybody turn their back on you. Walk with the Lord, dolo. Okay? It's your personal walk anyway, with Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. You fall under the right doctrine, but it's your walk. Can't no one walk this walk for you. Okay? It says, let me see. He goeth after her straightway as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks. So, you're blindly walking. You're walking blindly, listening to people and following the ways of the world to where it's no way out now. If you're walking to the slaughter, you're not, if you knew you were walking to the slaughter, which you know, because you know that what you're doing is wrong. But if you're walking to the slaughter, you're being led and you don't even know it. When you get there, you're going to be like, oh, what? I didn't know I was getting into this. But it's too late. You reap the benefits of Babylon. And that's not the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Okay? It says, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. So you're not going to even know. You're going to know, but you're not going to know until it's too late. You see why it's important to walk in the Spirit? You're not going to know until it's too late. And then it's nothing you can do. You just got to take that lick on the chin. It's nothing you can do. Okay? It says, hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths. So if you know this truth and you've called on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, keep it that way. Take this L on this side. It's an L. Okay? Don't get off track and go into the other ways. For she hath cast down many wounded. Notice, it says wounded. Why would they be wounded? Because in this physical, you can get beat down. When is Satan going to attack you? Not when you're at your highest, but when you're at your lowest. And when you're at your lowest, you tend to fall into a mind frame of, woe is me. You're looking for sympathy. And that's when he attacks you. Okay? You have to think spiritual. You have to know these type of things. Yea, many strong men have been slain by her. You know when they were strong? When they were at their peak. But when they made it to that weak point, because we all get there, what happened? They fell. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. And that's exactly what you don't want to do. That's nothing. I mean, it's nothing there. It's nothing to be taken from this place. Okay, I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all. Keep pushing this truth out for wins. Till next time, Shalom.